Now, a video that everybody has been begging me to show is my foundation routine. This is my favorite routine to do, definitely in the summer, whenever I'm going to like an outdoor wedding, whenever I'm gonna be outside for a picnic all day, and I'm not gonna be in and out of the pool, like when I'm actually gonna be wearing makeup and wanting to look nice for pictures. You guys asked for it, you voted for it on my Insta story, so I wanna show you guys what I do in the summer to keep my foundation looking flawless all day in that nasty summer heat and humidity. So if you guys want to see how I got this look and how I stay looking flawless all day, then keep watching. So enjoy my beautiful closet. Not unpacked. I haven't even finished painting it. But welcome to my closet. This is where all my makeup is. I know that you guys, if you hear any crazy noises in the background, it's because we are still doing construction on our house downstairs. But before the summer's over, I at least wanted to show you guys a summer foundation routine that will last just being out in the hot, sweaty sun and still keeping that foundation looking fresh, which I don't have any on right now, so it doesn't look fresh. There's some things that you absolutely need and some things that it really doesn't matter what product you use or where you buy it from, but there are some that it really does matter. One of those things is a beauty blender. But the number one thing, guys, this is so important. I promise it seems like it doesn't make sense, but you have to wet your beauty blender. You have to. All of your makeup will soak into the beauty blender if you don't fill it with water first. It's a sponge. It's gonna soak up whatever liquid you put around it. It's just damp now, but this is exactly what it should be like. Better turn my phone off. Okay. So this is where it's kind of like flexible, I feel like, is primer. It is a must to use primer if you're gonna be out in the sun before you put on your foundation, but I'm kind of flexible in the sense of like I bounce between a lot of different primers, which is why I usually get like travel sizes like this, because I really haven't found one that I'm obsessed with yet. So for now, I am using the Benefit, the Porefessional. Gonna use about that much. I just use my hands for this. You just want to spread it all over your face. Especially under your eyes and like your nose crevices. Nose crevices, gosh, that sounded so disgusting. Get it all. Get the whole face. Get it all, girlfriend. It's kind of like a latexy feel almost, but that's the perfect texture for your foundation to set on top of. I don't use primer every day, only when I need my foundation to stick. Next. I will talk about this product until I die. Maybe, probably. I know that everybody has their own foundation favorites, but I have tried so many foundations, and for a long time I was hooked on the Marc Jacobs foundation, which by the way is way too expensive. And this is kind of a mid-range priced foundation. I know it's a lot for some people if you're used to drugstore, but I promise you, if you want flawless looking skin, this is the foundation that you need. It stays all day. Your skin looks perfectly flawless. Like, it's just incredible. And it goes a long way. It lasts for a while. I think it's like $40 at Sephora. The Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. Guys, this will change your life. So I typically have a pump, but I lost it in the move. So in the meantime, I'm actually just gonna take it, wait for it to come out, pour just, ooh, that came out fast. About that much. So I'm gonna take my pre-wet beauty blender. I got about that much. I'm gonna look in the mirror down here, so I'm gonna try to let you see what's happening. So you just wanna start, and you're gonna do like little patting motion. You're just gonna dab it. Not like that. You're just gonna dab it. And you're gonna spread it around, and a little bit goes a long way, which is why I put too much on my hand. And the one thing I love about this foundation is it doesn't get cakey. That's a huge thing. Huge about being out in the heat with foundation, is you do not want it to look cakey. This is one of those steps I literally don't care what you guys use. So I don't care what I use. I've used cheap drugstore like foundations with a little bit of pigment. Right now I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And so I just tap that into the lid. I go on with a big fluffy brush while the foundation is still wet, and I'm gonna cover it with this stuff. And it's okay if it's a little bit lighter than your foundation. This is like the most important step after you put on your foundation. Do not, under any circumstances, skip this step. So cover your entire face. And for me, I like to go in with a little tiny brush underneath my eye where I get creases. Make sure that I get powder foundation all up in there. On the sides of my nose. And then you want to let that sit for just a couple minutes. It's gonna soak into the foundation. What I do is I go in with a bronzer next. This one has been my favorite for quite a long time. It's the Too Faced chocolate, so true story. I used to call this chocolate Soleil and thought I was super cool when I was like, gosh, chocolate Soleil, it's the best Too Faced bronzer, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody was like, it's Soleil. And I was like, okay, thanks. I've only been saying it a different way for a year. So I'm gonna go in again with a fluffy brush. Just gonna dab it in here. I'm gonna start down here. You wanna wait, by the way, until that powder, the first powder you put on, sets in. So you're not brushing it off with this. But I always start down here because yo girl got a double chin. So I like to blend it in. Because in case you guys didn't know, when you use bronzer, wherever you put the darker color.
Can you get ready?
Right this very second.
Huh?
Can I finish? I'm almost done.
Alright.
Marriage. Wherever you put the bronzer is the darker place in your face, so that's what you want to hide or emphasize less, because we love all of ourselves. But let's be real, we want to hide the double chin. You can use whatever contour brush you want, but I just dab it in there. We're doing a lot of dabbing, but not that kind. And then I'm going to take it right here on my cheekbone. We're not doing a ton here. Just enough. I start with like a light amount of color and then I build it. And we're going to blend it out, don't worry, I'm not going to have this harsh line. Same thing on the other side. Guys, this actually smells like chocolate, and every time I put it on my face, I actually feel like I'm tasting chocolate. You can go here on the jawline to create more of a defined look. Not much down there though, you don't want too much. Then I take this. This is just like I use powder for outdoors because if I get sweaty, then it's not gonna like run. Sometimes I'll use like a liquid bronzer, but not for outdoors. So then I'm gonna do the side of my nose. Adding it where like the sun would naturally bronze you, so like this part on your forehead. Okay, next we're gonna go in with just whatever kind of other brush. I use this kabuki brush. I'm just gonna blend it out. This is very important. Please do not skip this step or you're gonna look like you have lines on your face. Okay, next step, we're gonna go in with blush. And this is the Galifornia blush. I love it in the summer because it has like a natural shimmery kind of bronzy look that I would go for in the summer. So I'm just gonna take a blush brush and just put a little bit on the apples of your cheeks. Don't take it all the way back because your cheeks do not naturally get red back here. You want to look natural in the sun. That's a bit of color there. Look at these little flyaways. What's even happening? Got the natural hair going on. It's a little crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do what I would normally do next, which is my eyebrows, my eye makeup, and I will be right back. Okay, so I finished the rest of my makeup, but there's one last step I wanted to show you guys that involves my skin that has to do with what helps it not look so gross after being in the sun all day, and that is highlighter. This is my favorite one. Holmes made it. It's from Smashbox. I actually don't even know if it's still available. I'm pretty sure that it is, and the reason why this is so important for like a day outside in the sun is because you're gonna get sweaty, and so it helps blend in with your sweat, and it makes it look like it's intentional, like it's an intentional summer glow instead of a sweaty, slimy, disgusting mess. And I always start, you want to put highlighter on the parts of your face that you want to emphasize. And if you're gonna be outside and it's gonna be really hot, go a little crazy with your highlighter. It's totally okay. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Oh my gosh. Okay, then you also want to go in right above the lip. I love the tip of the nose. Okay. And lastly, inner corner of the eyes. So that's it, guys. It's super simple. It seems like a lot of steps before maybe you're used to it, but I would encourage you, definitely try adding a couple steps. If this is too much, you don't have any of the products, you've never done anything like this, you don't have any of the brushes, you don't have any of the sponges, really 4 things: the primer, the foundation, which you're gonna put on with the sponge, and then the powder to soak it all in. So I would recommend starting with those 4 things, even if they're all drugstore brand, because they're gonna give you a flawless, long-lasting, good foundation look. Because then, I mean, for real, the eyes, the eyebrows, the lip, whatever you like to add to it, those things, for the most part, stick when in heat just as much as they would if you weren't. It's really the foundation that you wanna focus on, and that is how you can look flawless, even in the pictures at the end of the night at that wedding that's been outside and it's 90-some degrees. You're gonna look good, girl. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you wanna see more makeup, beauty, tips, tricks, hacks, let me know. I'd love making these videos. This was so much fun. Let me know what your favorite makeup tip is down below for hot summer days. If you guys have something that wasn't mentioned, or if you've definitely done something that I have mentioned, let me know down below, because I love to know new tips and tricks, and I would love to try it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.